Hello friends, and not yet friends. Welcome back to Mary's Test Kitchen, where we're making vegan food fun again. This time making vegan burgers even more fun than they already are. This burger is meaty, toothsome, actually juicy, and perfect for grilling outdoors or indoors. The kind of hearty, high-protein burger that will actually keep you full. Veggie burger lovers, you know what I mean. Before we begin, I'd like to give a special thanks to today's sponsor, SIGMATIC, the company that makes superfood mushrooms a little less weird and actually delicious by blending functional mushrooms like Reishi, Chaga, Cordyceps, and lion's mane, as well as other superfoods into coffee, matcha, and other tasty drinks. Use the link in the description and get 15% off your first order from SIGMATIC. Our first order of business for making the juiciest vegan burgers is getting the ingredients together. The base of the burger will be vital wheat gluten, which is mainly protein, but it needs flavor and color. Beginning with beets from a can into a blender. Also for color, but more so for taste, tomato juice drained from a can of whole tomatoes. Tomatoes are naturally high in glutamate, which is responsible for making foods taste mouth-wateringly good. We'll need some water to help everything blend together. Add paprika and black pepper. Next, porcini mushrooms that I blended into a powder. That's another glutamate bomb. And if porcini isn't easy for you to get, just try shiitake instead. Then concentrated vegetable base. You can use whatever type you like, just use the equivalent meant to make 3 cups of broth according to the package. Last but not least, and in fact very essential to cut the weedy wheat flavor of gluten, balsamic vinegar. And blend. Blend until there are no more visible chunks of beets and the mixture is pretty smooth and looks a little violent. But it's not actually, so calm down you over there about to type plants have feelings in the comments below. I see you. Then we'll mix in the vital wheat gluten, also known as gluten flour. This stuff is super fine and flies everywhere, so be gentle with it. After that's mixed in, add more but hold back some. Depending on the moisture that's in the beets and perhaps the level of fiber in the tomato juice, sometimes you don't need as much flour or you might need a smidge more. Let's see. The dough should be soft but not squishy with the wetness. It will get more tough as you knead it over a few minutes, but not too long. If your dough looks wetter than this or feels really soft, you can knead in a little more gluten. Next, divide the dough. For big, thick restaurant-style burgers, divide into 6. I'm using a scale for exactness, but you, of course, don't have to, because these are your vegan burgers and there are no rules. After you have your dough balls, you may want to knead them a little more, form them into tighter balls by kneading the edges toward the middle, and this will help them maintain their shape while cooking. I also want some to be thinner fast food style burgers, so I'll divide the last 2 into 4. Finally, let's roll these out so they get wider and flatter, keeping in mind that they will double in size after cooking. This dough is a little tough, it likes to spring back, so just keep going and show that gluten who's boss. That would be you, by the way. This'll do. Time to cook. I've got my biggest, widest pot with a little bit of veggie broth in it already, then add the burgers. Then cover them completely with more veggie broth. Turn up the heat and bring the broth to a simmer, but watch it like a hawk because you do not want to let it come to a rolling boil. Turn the heat down to low or medium low, cover and let the burgers simmer in there for an hour. The steady low simmer will cook the burgers and infuse them with tasty broth so they'll come out juicy. But if you let this boil rapidly, the seitan will quickly turn into mushy brains, and you don't want that because you ate a zombie. You could also cook these in the oven instead, which is a little easier. Just cover them in broth in a roasting pan or Dutch oven, cover with a lid, and bake for an hour at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Either way, you'll want to flip the whole stack of burgers upside down halfway through. And at this point, you deserve a break. You worked hard. How about a matcha frappe? I used to work at a coffee shop where I learned the secret of why matcha frappes are so good. But first, the matcha itself. Matcha is really whole green tea, ground up so it retains every good thing about tea. Caffeine, for a little pep, but also L-theanine, a relaxing amino acid, so the kick is balanced. You can use whatever matcha is in your cupboards, but this 4-SIGMATIC blend also has lion's mane for its brain-boosting effects, astragalus, which is used as an adaptogen, and ginger for good digestion. Which is nice because the secret to creamy, delicious matcha frappes is ice cream. Coffee shops often use ice cream milk, a blend that is made to pour into ice cream makers to make ice cream. It is super duper high in fat and sugar, which you know we don't shy away from, but there's no vegan version, so let's use our favorite vegan vanilla ice cream. The creamier, the better. And blend. You can add a little vanilla milk if you like to thin this out, or just let your blender do all the work. And there you have it. Add some coconut whip if you like. And finish with a little extra matcha powder. And enjoy until the weather turns cold, which it did the day I filmed this. Actually, it snowed, but I'll still pretend it's warm, so this drink feels refreshing instead of making me turn into a popsicle. Anyways, when your burgers are cooked, they'll have expanded. I added some broth midway, so that's why there's so much broth in here, but your burgers might be poking out of the water, so that's okay as long as you have flipped them. Now they can go straight on the grill, or you can store them. Make sure you store them in broth so they do stay juicy. 3 to 5 days in the fridge, or you can freeze them for up to 2 months. Even though there was snow on the balcony, I braved the elements for you. If it's still grilling season where you are, heat up your grill to about 450, 500 Fahrenheit-ish and lay them out. Brush the burgers on both sides with oil. I'm using olive oil infused with fresh crushed garlic for extra fancy flavor. You could also use your favorite burger seasonings if you want, of course. Let me know what kind of herb and spice blends you like best in the comments below. Since these are already fully cooked, you just want to get some color on without drying them out. But unlike other vegan burgers, these aren't that easy to dry out, especially if you keep basting them. I grilled these about 4 minutes on each side. And my gas was running out, so only one side got the char, but you get the idea. Inside, I got the buns and fillings ready. For a thick burger, you really want a good-sized bun, preferably toasted on the inside for that soft versus crunchy textural experience. And on they go. Isn't that glorious? So meaty and juicy. Can you see that juiciness? This is no ordinary vegan burger. Yes, you did put a lot of work into it, but it's so worth it. So worth it that the next day you've got to put some more burgers on the grill, this time an indoor grill pan because it's way too cold outside and you're out of propane. You do the exact same thing with the oil basting. These burgers are practically fat-free otherwise. While they're on the grill, get your burger stuff ready. And why not go for a double-decker this time? Get your sesame seed buns toasted. For each, you'll need a whole bun, top and bottom, and then another bottom for the middle. The top is called the crown, one of the bottoms becomes the middle, aka the club, and the actual bottom is called the heel. Did I ever tell you I worked at McDonald's during high school? Let's mix some vegan Big Macs. The special sauce is just vegan mayo, paprika, chopped pickles, onion powder, garlic powder, a smidge of mustard, and a splash of vinegar. Then add rehydrated, previously dried onions. You can find those in the spice aisle. Then shredded lettuce. I'm using the wrong lettuce to be honest. Iceberg is the real thing. But is green leaf lettuce slightly more nutritious? I think so. 2 pickles go on the club. Then a slice of cheese on the heel. I'm using a homemade vegan cheddar that I'm working on. It's not quite ready yet, but feel free to subscribe and hit that notification button so you'll know when I'm 100% happy with it and ready to share. And yes, I'm such a pro that this took like 30 seconds and the burger patties aren't ready yet. Better make some drinks. Like this mushroom lemonade. Doesn't look like any other lemonade mix I've tried before, but it's pretty cool. Now you can add regular water and just mix it in, but come on, that's not especially fun. Let's add sparkling water. This is sugar-free, but it doesn't taste sugar-free. It tastes super good. While the soda's out, let's try another one. I already tried this mushroom elixir hot already as a tea, and it really reminds me of an herbal drink I had growing up called hagu cho, and I really liked it. Sorry, I don't know the English name, and I'm probably butchering the Chinese one anyways, but I thought this mushroom elixir would be perfect in root beer. And I was right. What can I say? I'm kind of a genius. Now them burgers are ready and all we're missing is fries. Oops, I forgot those. But you won't miss anything for long because this is what vegan burger dreams are made of. 2 all-wheat patty, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. I'm so sorry, I couldn't resist. I really hope you make these burgers thick or thin, pub style or fast food style, grilled outdoors or indoors, unless say you're gluten-free, I guess, in which case, please be patient with me. I'm working on a GF version, not there yet, but I will not give up because I love you too. You know who you are. Anyways, again, thank you so much to SIGMATIC for supporting this video. They have so many awesome products that make superfood mushrooms fun again. Their site makes it easy to sort through the benefits or the particular mushroom you're looking for or the type of drink you like best. Like if you want to be more productive, focused, and creative, try the mushroom coffee with lion's mane. You might have seen my first impression of this on my last What I Ate video, but since then, it has become my morning addiction. Then in the afternoon, I like to go for the matcha. Not every day, but okay, let's admit, most days these days. Not usually blending with vegan ice cream though. I love matcha, and especially with astragalus, which I'm familiar with because it's used in traditional Chinese medicine. It's used as an anti-inflammatory, and I always try to add anti-inflammatory foods to my diet because of my tendinitis issues. Plus, it's used to boost the immune system, which is perfect for this time of year. And if you can't decide what to get, there are sampler packs, so you can try a bunch. Remember, you can get 15% off your first purchase, so get on it. Thanks so much for watching, my friends. I really hoped you enjoyed this extra long video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you haven't already for more vegan fun food. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for coming back and watching and supporting, especially my channel members who are helping me with monthly support, which I appreciate so much. You are making a huge difference. Anyways, I love y'all. Bye for now.